playing at the moment. Yeah, and I didn't expect to win, to be honest with you. My goal was to just give him half a decent game, see if I could make him work for it, and I'd have been happy, you know, because for me he's the best player in the world. He doesn't, you know, I tell that to everybody, and they go, oh yeah, but he's this and he's that, and I'm like, you know, he doesn't look like he's doing anything brilliant, but he does everything so well. It's just like John Higgins, really, you know, they're so good in every department that you think, oh, you know, and it's just so efficient, and it's hard, you know, because I'm a bit in and out, but I just had to focus and concentrate as hard as I could. And it also helped. I looked at a comment and someone said, oh, he's going to get trounced by Wilson tomorrow. And I was kind of, okay. So that kind of made me try a little bit harder. Because obviously everyone was writing me off, didn't expect me to win. And I kind of like being in that position. You know, I've been in that position a few times in my career. And it kind of spurs me on a bit, you know, to try and play, you know, give the opponent the game, you know. So, you know, I feel like, you know, I've achieved an amazing result today. I'm 50 years of age soon, and playing Kyren, who's 32 in his prime, best player in the world. So for me, it's like an amazing result, you know. I've got to be over the moon with that.
And to prove people wrong clearly is part of the motivation, Ron.
Well, I mean, I don't really have anything to prove in the game, but obviously, you know, at this stage, you know, everyone would have fancied Kyren, and rightly so. You know, he's been playing amazing and phenomenal player. But I just tried my hardest and just see what I could give, you know.
You know, when you do go 5-3 down, does your brain change at all? Because I said to Steve, so I'm going to ask you the question. I think you're probably going to say nothing at all, but it's nuts how you can all of a sudden seemingly flick a switch.
I don't know if it's flicking a switch. I'm trying to flick the switch from the start. You know, it's you know, if you play a match like that, you'll go in and out, and you just have to, you know, when you are on it, and you know, you have to try and compound every sort of moment that you're feeling like you're strong and your opponent, you know, he's on the back foot, but then he's going to do the same to you. It's just like with whether you can withstand it. But I've just always played the same shot, whether I'm in front or behind. A lot of players, you know, go behind and they'll be more attacking, or they'll be start the match and be a bit negative, and you know, I don't do that. I just play the same all the time, you know. You know, yeah, I suppose at 5-3 you think, okay, there's not pressure, but I didn't feel any less pressure at 5-3 than I did at 0-0, you know, so I just played the same way all the way through, really.
Steve, there was that left-handed shot that got you very excited.
Yeah, there isn't many players that can hit the ball right-handed as well as that, but I just wanted to ask, like, the performance itself tonight, you know, you got off to a much better start than you did last night against Chang. Was that a key to sort of, obviously you've gone 5-3 behind and find another gear, but the performance in general looked a lot better tonight? I
don't know, I just think it's harder to concentrate maybe as you get a bit older. Maybe like sort of you get in a zone, it's sort of like a meditative sort of state. It's like you've been hypnotised, you know. So a lot of my career, I got into like a hypnotic state just through being in the zone, you know. And you can only get there by feeling good and playing well and feeling at one with yourself. It happens a lot less now, so I had to kind of really concentrate tonight a lot harder than I would have normally had to. But you know, I knew I had to try and get in that zone, and when you can get in a nice zone, you can sort of block out everything, and you know, the things can go transpire good for you, you know.
That must be tough to trust that is going to eventually come, that sort of feeling that you've had throughout your career.
Well, you have to get in the zone. There's no point going out there and thinking or doing this or doing that. You have to get so lost in it that you kind of you don't even know what's going on around you. You're like in a trance, basically, you know. And earlier on in my career, you know, up until 3-4 years, like, you know, up until about 2020, I was quite in there regularly, you know, without any effort. But now I feel like I have to really work at it, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's age, maybe it's motivation. I don't know, you know.
And Steve, very quickly, we've got that shot, that left-handed shot that you were talking about, because it really was something special. Let's feast our eyes on it.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, under pressure at any point, particularly in a final frame, you know, he's just how well you've struck this. It's obviously it didn't go on to actually win the frame at that visit, but just to keep that momentum going. I'm keen to know, did at any point towards the end of that game, did you feel like you had Kyren rattled? Because that's what it looked like to us. It looked like you had the best player in the world rattled.
No, I don't know if I had him rattled. I think I hanged on to him, and I think he knew that you know, I was competing maybe, and that can sometimes rattle your opponent. But you know, Kyren's got an amazing temperament. You know, he's played so well in Shanghai. He won 4 or 5 tournaments last year. Won the World Championships the year before. you know, if that's him rattled, and I've had to play as well as I can and just about beat him 6-5, you know, it just shows you, you know, he's got gears, you know. And anyway, I'm just happy to be